All right. Okay, so we're just gonna do maybe two puzzles, just a few puzzles, and then we'll go into Dave.
Yeah.
So you want to do an hour, right?
Well, half hour because we got to just a half hour.
Oh, you want to do a half hour? Okay. All right. So maybe we'll just do one puzzle then. All right. That sounds good. Okay. So all right. So what do you think? What do you think in this position? What's the best? What's the best? So it's what is it? White to move, right? Okay.
Oh, found it.
What do you got?
Rook E8. Okay.
So rook up here.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. It's okay. It's a good idea, but it's not strong enough because it's not a check, right? So usually in these puzzles, it has to be forceful moves, right? So,
Yeah, I get it.
So what do you think?
Hmm. I don't know really.
No idea?
I'm looking.
Okay.
But
All right.
I can't.
All right. So, well, let me ask you. Why did you want to do Rook E8?
Because if the rook on rook on F8 takes,
Yeah.
you take on Queen F7 check,
Good.
and then once he moves back, you take the rook on E8 checkmate.
Good. Okay, that's a good idea. So you see that there's a back rank weakness, right? All this, because the pawns are cutting off any escape squares, right? So it's a good idea, but we need something more forceful to exploit that. So,
I'm looking to get my bishop attacking on the H7 square, so we can get a checkmate on Queen takes on H7.
yeah. Oh, here you mean like that?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's strong enough or not.
Yeah, too slow. So let me give you a hint. So usually in these puzzles, they have to be forceful moves, right? So the number one most
it's gotta be a checking move.
right. So the number one most forceful move is the check. So let's look at all the checks. So where's all the checks you see?
Oh wait, I think I found it.
Yeah. What?
Bishop takes on F7 check.
Okay, bishop takes. Okay, now he can just take with the rook, and then what do you do?
Rook E8 check.
Rook E8 check. But the problem is he can come back. He can just move the rook back to F8.
Move the rook back, but then you go Queen F7 checkmate.
Queen F7, king takes. King takes.
Oh wait, I thought the rook was a queen.
Yeah.
My eyes. So that's not the move, but
No.
it's close to that. I'm thinking it's close to that.
You're getting close. Right.
Checking. Wait. Found it.
Yeah.
It's Queen takes on F7.
Yeah. Queen takes F7. Check. Now what does he do?
He takes with the rook.
Rook takes.
F7.
And then?
Rook E8 checkmate.
Yeah. And why can't the rook come back?
Because the bishop is pinning it.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is a very common theme. If the rook is the only thing that's protecting the back rank, yeah, you can do this combination to pin the rook.
Okay.
Very nice. Good job.
In a while.
It's okay. Good job. All right. So now let's do your game. All right. So this is round 2. So okay. So what color are you in round 2?
Dad, what color am I on round 2?
What do you want? So whichever one.
All right, so let's see.
Um,
Oh, so you're black. Okay, okay,
so, oh yeah, I'm black.
okay. All right, all right. Let's see if I can maybe flip the board here. There you go. All right, all right. So let's see. So e4, e5. All right, good. Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. So the reason that you do a6 is to prepare for b5.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Okay. I mean here in this kind of position, it's kind of a slow move because usually when we do a6, we do when the bishop's on b5 because you're doing it with tempo, right? Attacking the bishop.
Yeah.
But here his bishop's on c4, so you're not really doing it. You're not really forcing him to do anything. So it's like you're giving him an extra move basically.
Mhm.
And so he developed two pieces, right? You have one piece developed, and then next move he castles. So look, he's already castled, and he has two pieces developed, and you just have one piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's kind of slow. So instead of a6, what do you think? What do you think would be a good move?
Instead of a6, I'll say knight f6 or bishop c5.
Yeah. Regular developing moves like that, or bishop c5. Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, because remember, as black, you're always a half a move back, right? So you got to try to keep up, especially in these e pawn openings. You got to make sure you keep up with development because if your opponent develops so quick, and then they can develop an attack very quickly. So yeah, you got to keep up. All right, so yeah, a6. I would only do that again only if the bishop's on b5, right? All right.
The castle b5.
b5.
Bishop c5.
Okay. Okay, so yeah.
I can't really remember what that was for.
I think the reason you did f6 was probably to protect the e pawn because he's threatening to capture the only defender, right?
Also, I thought because what commonly happens when you do the e4, e5 is when your bishop is on bishop c4 or on the white diagonal down the 2 file to the 7 file. They commonly put their knight on while the knight's on f3. They commonly put the knight onto g5, attacking the f7 square, either to check me, or to fork me with my queen and rook, protect by the bishop. So
that is true.
That's one of the reasons I think I pushed that.
Okay. Okay, so that is true, but the problem is you're opening up this diagonal. See, so in some lines, white may capture the pawn and then bring the queen here, all right, and attacking your king. So it could be dangerous, especially with this bishop, especially with the bishop here. Could be dangerous there. So instead of f6.
I think I should have pushed.
What do you think?
H6 instead to block the knight G4, 5. I mean, H6 would be not a good move, a slow move, but
actually, he's not even threatening knight G5 yet because your queen's protecting the square.
Well, yeah.
Right. So he's not even threatening that yet. So I would say here a better move. Probably would be something like, if you want to protect this pawn again, maybe bring the queen. It kind of looks ugly, but you're behind development, so it's kind of hard to do something because, if you try to develop, he can take, right, and then slowly move forward, and now he's threatening to push here, or push this one, right? So your position is and also actually he's threatening this pawn as well. So it's tough. It's tough to defend. See, so with bishop e5 d5, he's already threatening things. He's threatening threatening things like that. So I would say move the queen here, and then maybe eventually you can fianchetto the bishop. It looks like it's blocked, right? So you can fianchetto the bishop, g6, bishop g7, and either knight f6 or knight h6, depending. If he if he pushes the d pawn, you can go knight. So let's say, let me show you. So if he goes here, and then if he tries to attack this pawn, then you can protect it that way. You see that? And now you develop your knight. You're about to develop your bishop, and then you can castle. You see?
Yeah.
So that might be another idea. So yeah, f6 is kind of, I don't know. It's too weakening for me. It's just too weakening for for the king on the sensitive diagonal. But okay, so let's see what happens. So yeah, so what I would do for him, for white, right now, definitely I would do something like this. Take here.
Take.
And now what do you think is a good move for white? Right here.
Okay.
You see anything?
Well, for white or black?
Oh, for white. Sorry, for white.
Okay.
So there's a very common tactic in this sorts of positions where
A bishop or a queen takes the c5. Well, when I usually take something on the c6,
Uh-huh.
I take, and I have doubled up pawns on the c file.
Yeah.
And people usually try to attack me with their takes the top c pawn with their bishop, so they can fork my king or my rook.
Uh-huh.
Some people try to fork me with their queen, but that doesn't really work because I can just block with the bishop. Can't take the rook because of the queen. But when I usually take something on c6, they probably try to take the c6 pawn back with the bishop or something like that.
So here in this position, your biggest weakness is not this pawn. It's not the c6 pawn. Your biggest weakness here is this diagonal right here.
Yeah.
You see that? So yeah, this pawn push is very weakening. So the way that he can you see the way white can exploit this diagonal? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm thinking. Hard. I don't really see anything right now.
Okay. All right. So so in this sort of position, sometimes sacrifice is necessary, right? Especially when your opponent, like black, is very open. See, so black has no pieces developed, right? White just captured the only piece that black developed. He's got no pieces developed, and his king is exposed. So here, this definitely calls for a sacrifice. So best move I would say is knight takes e5.
That's what I was thinking, but
yeah,
wasn't really sure if it was the move because giving up a knight seems weird to just get a check.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. So what happens if he takes?
Takes back. Check. You push g6, and then he. Oh. Okay, I see what you're doing.
You see that?
So it's not g6. Then if it's
Yeah, if not G6, then you got to move the king, and that's very uncomfortable also, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a very uncomfortable position to be in. He sacrificed a knight, but he's going to get 2 pawns, and your king is going to be in this, very exposed, and he's ready to bring his other pieces in very quickly. So yeah, it's a rough position to be in. So again, just another illustration of how sensitive this diagonal is, and how important it is, to keep it covered, keep it back, right? But he didn't take advantage of that. So let's see. Okay. So why'd you take the knight? Let me ask you.
You mean why did he take the knight?
Oh right, you're black. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Right. Okay. Okay. He took the knight. All right. Yeah. Actually, I think that's actually helping you, because that knight was not even developed. So it's like it posed no threat at all. And so he gave up his most active piece for your least active piece. So
Yeah.
so that was actually a really bad move on his part. All right. All right. Okay, here. Well, okay, that's a very passive move. Bishop d7. All right. Well, what's another good move here? What do you think? I see a good move here. Very opening and freeing move.
Let's see. Developing move. I don't know. Maybe night before. I don't know.
Night before. No, this knight's nice and developed. This is developed. So you want to develop this, right? But this bishop e7 is kind of a passive square. We want something a little better. Now, if you bring it here, you're blocking your pawn, right?
So what about bishop b4?
Okay, so yeah, you can bring it here, but it's not really doing much at all.
It's not really doing anything.
Right.
And you have to square there on bishop e7, like I did, which is not really doing anything. Right. Bishop e7 is blocking the d pawn. Bishop c7, c5, the bishop can just take.
Yeah.
And bishop b4, not really doing anything, and bishop a3 can just take it.
No good. So therefore, it's not a bishop move.
Yeah.
So a better move that's not a bishop move. What do you think?
It's gotta be a pawn move then. So, push, take, push. Oh wait, I found something, but
yeah,
it's not really. It's trying to trap the knight, but it doesn't really trap it.
What do you find?
But it's close. It's f5. E takes on f5. G5 en passant on G6, and then G4 attacking the knight. He can't go to any square except for D2. So that's where it almost traps the knight.
All right. Okay.
It's not good.
Good idea, but not. Yeah, I think you're sacrificing a pawn with that. You're sacrificing this pawn. You said here, G5 en passant, right? Take. So it's open, and you also sacrifice a pawn. So okay, so a better move, I would say, in this position, a very freeing move, D5. You see that?
Yeah.
Opening up the whole area, everything, right?
Yeah, but it's actually kind of, well, it's not giving away a pawn.
No, and you're also threatening to push even here and gain more space, right? So he can't develop here because now you have this. Sorry, you can't develop here because now you have this fork, right?
Yeah.
So, so maybe he's forced to take. You know, maybe he develops here with tempo, attacking the queen. Maybe you come back, something like, I don't know, you can do something like this. And now you're prepared to castle queenside, and your king's going to be nice and safe. Right?
Yeah.
See that? So I see that as a much better move. So, okay, so you didn't do that. So let's see. And bishop e7. All right, so now you see the problem here now. Now you can't do this one at all. Right? You can't do it because now he's controlling it twice. Right?
But now I can push on b4, which I did.
Right.
Attacking the knight. Moves
Good.
out of the way, and now I can push.
Good. Yeah, that's true. You could. But, yeah, a better move for him to maintain control of this would have been come here.
Yeah.
Right? Much better move. And now, how do you kick him away? It's kind of hard. You gotta move your knight somewhere and then push, but it takes a while. And in the meantime, he can start pushing his pawns. So you see how you know it's very important, you know, in the opening. Well, I mean, it's kind of still the opening to seize control of the center squares, right? When you can, right? So that's why this pawn move I like it a lot because it controls. It seizes the center, right? And yeah. All right. So e7. All right. Okay, starting attack. Okay. I mean, I would like you to, you know, bring your king to safety at first before you start an attack. But okay. All right. Sacrificing a pawn.
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't take it. Okay, so now you closed off the position. Yeah, I mean, I think your position right now is primed for an attack. This rook wants to be open to attack the king. So I think you got to keep the lines open, right? So instead of pushing here, what do you think would be a better move?
Take it.
Yeah, take the pawn.
Yeah, he takes back, and now the H file's open.
Now you have a nice open file to work with, right? And in this position, now you can still do d5.
Yeah.
And open that up too. Hopefully open up the bishop diagonal, so the bishop with the rook can work together, right? Against the king. So that'd be really nice. So yeah, this is definitely a position where you want to open up the position for his king, because remember when his king is he decided to castle kingside, but he's pushing his pawns, which is no good, right? That means he's opening up his king, so you want to open up even more. But there, he closed it. Okay, so there, c4, take, okay. Yeah. Now you just have too many loose pieces. So look, unprotected, and he did a nice move attacking all three. Is a triple fork.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So you blocked and you protected the rook. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a nice position. It's hard to. Okay, I'm gonna ask. Let me ask you a question here. Okay, so if you were white, okay, let me flip the board. Okay, if you were white, right, black, he just did bishop b6 and you did queen b5. Now, what is the best move for white here?
My dad already told me c4.
C4, right. The queen, your queen is trapped, right?
Yeah, but he decided to.
Yeah, he missed it. Yeah. So your queen. I mean, you got lucky when he did this. He did the rook b1, and he missed the only escape square for your queen. But yeah, so that's a. Yeah.
So.
All right.
That's one of the blunders.
That's fine. Hey, we all make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
All right. So queen b5. All right. Yeah. So now he's just giving your queen so much activity right now. So now your queen is very nice, attacking the knight, attacking pawn. Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. So knight e1 blocked the connection between the rooks, right?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Wow. You're just eating up his whole army now.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Very nice. So, yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me see here. Okay. All right. That's a good move. That's a good move. So maybe here even better than queen e4 is say again.
Queen h4, not e4.
Oh, sorry, queen h4 would be maybe because look, his king is on the run, right? So throw in a check, and if he does capture, it's going to be horrible because then you got this check.
Or I could take the pawn with check.
Well now he's in check. Wait, hold on. Now he's in check here. So what does he do if he takes the pawn?
You can check there.
Then you go check.
Yeah.
You go check. Okay, there's checkmate in 2 moves. What do you think? Do you see it?
Check. Wait. Is that it? Wait. Oh, found it.
Yeah.
Rook h2 check.
Yeah.
And then he goes king f1, and then we go queen takes on f2 checkmate.
Yeah, excellent. Checkmate. Very nice. So yeah, so he can't basically he cannot take the pawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you can take this pawn, and now look, it's completely dominating, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Very nice. So yeah, when the king's on the run, definitely, sometimes checks are very good. They're very very powerful because it doesn't let
when I put my queen on h4, I want to take the pawn on f2, but then I realized he put his queen on b2, protecting the pawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I had to find a way to get rid of the queen.
Yes. Yeah. So this is the reason why. Yeah. When you're doing a king hunt like this and the king's on the run, it's best to just give checks, because when you give checks, then it doesn't allow your opponent to bring other pieces into the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to protect his king. So he has to keep running with the king, and so it's more likely that you can find good moves, yourself when you're checking. So all right, so you did queen h4, all right. Good. So you did it anyway. Good.
That was good.
All right. Yeah. Here you could also just take the pawn. That'd be
Yeah.
nice, right? All right. Maybe here you can you bring another piece into the game.
Yeah.
You know.
I made a lot of mistakes in this game, but he did too. So.
Oh yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Just showing you, you could have done other things. Okay, good. Oh, whoa, there you made a big mistake, right?
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, check, and mate. Good. All right, very good. All right, so let's just go back, just see what things we learned from this game. So first thing is, opening was pretty good up until this point, right? This
was not is a slow move.
Yeah, it's not serving anything immediate. Like you're not developing a piece, or you're not attacking something. That's why it doesn't really. Yeah, it's too slow, and especially in king pawn openings, you want to make sure you develop very quickly, right? As you can see, he kind of had you on the defense for a while, until he gave up his most active piece. But so this too slow in these positions. So if he had done bishop b5, then this is the Ruy Lopez, then that's completely fine, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he did bishop c4, Yeah, so now he's starting to attack, and now and so this is the other big mistake: opening up the sensitive e8 to h5 diagonal, right? 'Cause you saw in the variation, you take, and you can take the pawn, and the queen comes down and starts to harass your king, right? So something else to be careful of. You know, always be very very careful about pushing this pawn. You know, because the king can become very weak very fast. So he gave up his most active piece. Good. And the other lesson is, of course, try to control the squares when you can, the center squares. So he's giving you a chance right now, right? D5, right? He's giving you a chance. So definitely take that when you can. So, all right. So for the future. Oh. All right. Now you start a little attack of yourself. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. Triple fork. And here you got lucky. Like that one rook move. This one rook move sent your queen on a rampage like this, right?
And then another mistake, he put his knight.
And then yeah, cut off the connection. Very good, very good.
He put it back. I took it again.
Very good.
He put it there. I took that.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
And
yeah. All right, good. So what do you think? You learned something?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So is Dave there?
I'll go find him.
Okay.